Heyo, you're tuning into Toasted Reddit, where I cook your time with some Reddit stories. Right now we've got Unpopular Opinion, where someone thinks that adult opinions on kid movies do not matter. Our first story is by Successful Can. Adult opinions on kids movies don't matter. If people don't like it, then maybe that's because it was made for children. As long as the kids like it, then it is a good movie. That is its whole purpose. Also, not every kids movie has to be enjoyable for all people of all ages and have hidden adult jokes. Some things can be just for children. Same thing goes for everything that is made for children. People who expect kids movies to be enjoyable for adults aren't better than parents who expect anything that isn't explicitly for kids to be family friendly. Just because something is geared towards kids doesn't mean that it is okay to make a low quality. Look at Bluey. It is aimed at literal toddlers and is still top tier. So clearly it can be done. I agree. It is even better when it is for children but not too silly. Take a look at Avatar: The Last Airbender, for example. It is a kid's show, but an adult can still enjoy the story and themes. The queen tries to harm Snow White, Bambi's mother gets hit right in the face, Mulan goes to war, all kids movies. And then we get a terrible take down below. That is because those adults have infantile tastes. Which is fine, but even if adults were not to enjoy something made for kids, it doesn't matter. It was not made for them. I mean, there are other shows like Jello or Ben 10. Those shows are still very much enjoyable as adults. Then we get a different take. Kids movies are made by adults. You are more than allowed to criticize another adult's work aimed at children. Not only that, but children are not often sourcing these movies on their own. They are provided to them by adults, presumably their parents. If you are marketing anything to children, you have to go through the parent. You aren't marketing to the product for parents, but you're marketing the product as something the parent would approve of. They're not made for adults though. I've seen adults who don't even have kids watch kids' shows and movies and complain that they're stupid or something, which is just ridiculous. It is not for you. It doesn't matter if they're not aimed at adults. The market you have to appeal to isn't the kids, but the parents of the kids who will be paying to watch the movie and sit through it. That is why Frozen is one of, if not the most successful kid movie of all times. It is dumbed down enough for kids to watch it, but interesting enough for adults to want to see it. You can also criticize a TV show despite not being the target for it. This isn't exclusive to kids shows. Sometimes kids shows just have bad themes and or lessons that kids will mindlessly absorb because it is entertaining enough. At the end of the day, a kids show or movie is another adult telling a parent, hey, trust me with your kid for X amount of time. A parent's opinion matters at that point. And then someone else says, I kind of agree, but I think it is okay for adults to have opinion on kids' movies with regards to the movie's message or what it is teaching viewers. I agree that it doesn't have to be enjoyable to the adult, but if it is teaching something repugnant to the adult, by all means he or she has a right to say so, and it does matter. Yeah, this makes sense considering how easily influenced kids are by social media. If it is pushing a bad lesson or some malicious propaganda, then it is the adult's job to recognize that and call it out. And the next story comes from Competitive Ship. Getting nails done is a waste of money. Hair and makeup contributes to a lot of making someone look prettier, and so does clothes. But nails? No one cares about it. It doesn't make you look pretty or anything. It might help put together an outfit, but can still go unnoticed most of the time. It is so insignificant yet costs a lot. And don't get me started on how inconvenient it is to do basic things when you have those long nails with jewelry and studs on it. Now imagine you accidentally ruin your nails while doing a very basic task. Here goes another chunk of change for fixing that crap. I don't get why anyone would regularly get their nails done. I can understand if it is for a special occasion and you want everything perfect, but regularly, I seriously don't get that. It is useless and a waste of money. And you may be a little bit curious as to why I gave a feminine impression on that reading, but this was actually written by a woman. So let me know what you're thinking down below. Do you agree with the idea of getting nails done being a waste of money, or do you disagree? Let me know what you're thinking down below. But let me continue on with the comments. It is not for you, it is for them. It is the biggest lie ever told in history. Every time somebody says that about anything, asking them if they would want that at home without going out. If the answer is no, it is not for them. Which I have to say, I disagree with. As a once upon a time child, I used to get my fingernails painted. Like, I was at a family friend's house and they were just doing stuff with nail polish, and that was history. And I didn't do it for anyone. I did it for myself because I was like, ooh, colors, pretty, they look good on me. And so I put nail polish on. I didn't do it for anyone. So no, you can absolutely do nail polish without it having to be for someone. You can just do it for yourself. So that is just an ignorant take. Anywho, someone then points out, most things are a waste of money if you have that kind of standard about stuff. You are correct. Everything depends on your income. If you earn well, you can spend it on lots of useless things that make you happy and makes your life much better. But when you're a broke college student who lives paycheck to paycheck, getting nails done feels like an unnecessary luxury to me. Okay, but OP, I have to say, at that rate, you have to realize that mostly of everything is a useless waste of money and a luxury. My iPhone. I technically don't need it. I could go and get a landline and I could use that thing to call people. And I would be doing the function of a phone and it would be working perfectly at that rate. But yet I wouldn't call the iPhone useless because it makes calling much more convenient. It makes a lot of things convenient having the phone on me rather than having just a landline. I could live my life with just a landline, only be able to take phone calls at home, but I could do that. But, and therefore the phone would be a complete waste of money. But I don't because I like the conveniency of having a phone. Now, this in no way really is connectable to the statement of getting nails done, but yeah, just because something is useless doesn't make it bad. Like going out with friends, that's also kind of useless when you could instead spend that time working on making a business or growing your business or continuing on with your business. Like, why are you out spending time with your friends? It's because it makes you feel good. Like, just because something is useless doesn't make it bad. But let us continue on to further on comments. And now further down this comment, we have a peeing contest going on. No girl gets her nails done for men. We like the design, we like the girly feel. Other girls do notice and compliment, but it is never solely for that. Maybe just leave them alone and let them spend their own money on what they like. It is not for you to understand. I never mentioned anything about men. I'm a girl myself, and to me, it feels unnecessary. If you feel cute, more power to you. I don't get it and thought that it might be an unpopular opinion, so here I am. And now let us continue on with the peeing contest below that. Starting from the first comment, there's a response saying, they put in quotes the no girl part, and then they say, it is not true, but most indeed. You don't need a disclaimer for rare circumstances. It is not rare, just not the most. So, okay, random dude. Okay, random woman. And then below we get a different perspective. It keeps me from chewing on my nails and the skin around them. It also cuts down on hangnails, ingrown and painful curling or split cuticles. Right now, I can't get my nails done because that money is going into savings for a home. We've cut back massively across the board for that goal, and I'm currently chewing the crap out of my fingers. And yeah, you guys, let me know down below, what do you think? Do you think nails are a waste of money, or do you think that they're okay? Let me know what you're thinking down below. Now, before we continue on, I just want to ask that if you are enjoying this so far, that you consider recommending this channel to friends and family, or just people you know, because the help for this channel is greatly appreciated. So, to continue on, and for the final story, which comes from the return of ZTA. Now we've got a rather icky story of someone saying that it is actually hygienic to pick your nose. There is absolutely nothing weird or gross about picking your nose, as long as you wash your hands immediately afterwards, but heck, people act all weird about it even if you do wash your hands right after. I always go to the restroom to pick my nose just so I can wash my hands when I'm done. Yet people give me the weird, disgusted looks anyway. But what is nastier, picking your nose or letting all those boogers get caked up in your nostrils? Exactly. Normalize nose picking, which before we get into the comments, I just have to say, has this dude never heard of Kleenex or like just tissue instead of your finger? Has he never heard of that, ever? Like, you go to the bathroom, there is tissue paper in the restroom behind you, or in the stall next behind you, or wherever it is. There is tissue paper in there. You could use that instead of your finger. And then, you could just wash off your hand if you're like a germaphobe or something, or you just want to be extra clean. I wouldn't judge you if you wanted to be extra clean, but why do you have to use your fingers? If I saw somebody going to town on a booger in front of a sink, I would not think of anything about it. I don't think it should be normalized because then people will wipe boogers everywhere. Imagine how dirty people are currently and how much more dirtier public would become. I'm not even a germaphobe. If people could wash their hands, I have no problem with it. But the people that think that picking noses are disgusting are the people that don't understand hand washing because they probably don't wash their hands regularly either. See, and this I 100% agree with. People already aren't washing their hands. If I think about that too much, I start feeling like a germaphobe. For real, sometimes it is the only way to get the hard boogers that hurt or tickle or block your nose out too. Doing it in front of people, I disagree with. The act in general, I agree. And then we have someone who disagrees. Yep, this is unpopular, and I respectfully disagree. I don't want to see you picking your nose. Why? First of all, that is gross, just like how it is not normal for people to start pooping in front of each other. Nobody wants to see that. Secondly, you say you will wash your hands after. Alright, but if this became the norm, I guarantee that a huge percent of people wouldn't wash their hands and there would be boogers everywhere. That is disgusting. Please, if you must pick your nose, go lock yourself in a bathroom stall so I don't have to see and wipe the boogers on a tissue and of course wash your hands after. And yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Growing up with a bunch of people saying that they don't wash their hands after going bathroom and me thinking that is absolutely gross, I 100% agree. Like, I don't want picking boogers to become mainstream or something like that, because there's already a lot of people who don't wash their hands after going bathroom. I don't need more people to stop not washing their hands after then touching their nose, which has a lot of microbials that are just not good for human contact, outside of yourself, of course. But, anywho, I think that is just about it for this unpopular opinion. Now, before I end this off, I'ma just let you know about my podcast, where I post the same old stuff just in a form where you can listen to while going to bed, doing homework, or just something to listen to while working. But whatever the occasion, it'll be there. But enough of that. That is just about it for those stories today. And if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to become a fellow bread bag. Though, aside from that, I post 2 new videos every day on YouTube, so I hope to see you next time toasting session. But until then, have a good one.